Alright guys, so let's do a brief little voiceover of my training. So here I'm squatting. So we have 6 total sets here, and these are actually PRs. So what I did was I hit 3 sets of 3 using 370 pounds, and then bumped the weight up to 385 pounds for 3 sets of 2. And yes, my volume is still really high, but I'm actually having a deload week next week, so really looking forward to that in terms of recovery and just basically allowing my glycogen stores to kind of refill up, since I won't be doing as much volume. So this will allow for a better recovery and less stress on the body. Alright guys, so I just wanted to say thanks again to everybody that has been tuned in to the Back to Shredded series. I really hope you guys are taking home some information and using this towards the next time you take your cut or the next time you're going into a dieting phase. Yes, there are many ways to do this, and I found that the way that I'm doing it is the best that works for my body. So I'm doing like basically a carb cycling protocol to where I'm having 3 to 4 low days of carbohydrates, and then every 4th day I will increase carbohydrates to have a refeed day. And you guys have heard me talk about refeed days before. The importance of refeed days are to offset the metabolic adaptations that usually happen when dieting, and also to actually just basically give you a mental break. So when you're dieting for, say a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, typically after 4 days of dieting, your leptin levels already start to drop. And what leptin levels are, leptin is a fat burning hormone. It's the king of all fat burning hormones, and refeeds become more important as the leaner you get, because the leaner you are, the less leptin that you do have. So again guys, refeeds are very important. They're very beneficial because it'll help bring up leptin, it'll help boost up your thyroid hormone, and it will also just give you like that mental break, so that way you can grind through the 3 to 4 low days, or even like a week, or maybe 10 to 12 days. And having refeeds really depends on your level of body fat and how long you've been dieting. So I'm pretty lean, I'm getting leaner. So as the leaner I get, 2 refeeds per week has been working great for me. And also I really gotta take into consideration that that's really what's been helping me keep my strength, because on my upper body days I will usually have my refeed day, so I can train pretty much on a decent level of glycogen on my upper body days. But on my lower body days, they are much more demanding, so that's why I have my refeed days on my upper body days, and then it carries over to my lower body days to where I'll be able to squat heavy or deadlift heavy. And I've still been progressing in my training. Every single workout I'm either adding a rep or I'm adding 5 pounds to the bar, which this is a video topic that I'm going to be doing pretty soon, because somebody actually asked me about training and if you train to failure. So I'm gonna make this video on how to properly train and how to properly progress. Like, one thing guys, you should not be training to failure. A lot of people think they should go into the gym and give it their maximum effort and every set go into straight failure. That's actually working against you, because if you guys have noticed that, say you're trying to hit 3 sets of 10, say with 225, say your first set you hit 10 reps and you straight maxed out. Next set you're gonna be weaker. Next set you're probably only gonna be able to hit maybe 8 reps or 7 reps. And then the set after that you're gonna be even weaker if you went to failure again, and you'll probably only be able to hit 6 reps. So a video is gonna be coming pretty soon guys on this topic. I think it'll be very beneficial and very valuable to all of you guys that are into weightlifting or strength training, because it's important not to train to failure. So alright, let's get back to the diet. So what I'm doing for my diet is 3 low days, 1 high day, and I do use a Google Doc spreadsheet, which you guys can all make. It's very, very easy to do. So what I did was just made a spreadsheet, and so we have the date, the body weight, calories, fats, carbs, and protein, as well as cardio, sleep, what I trained that day. I mean, you can put so much in the spreadsheet, but the more data you guys have, the better results you're gonna have. Well, not saying the better results you're gonna have, but the more data you can go back to, and if you're not making any progress, you can make an adjustment. So you can see the data, be like, okay, well, my carbs been at 250 grams for the past week and I'm not dropping. So, all right, let's make a small adjustment. Let's pull away 20 grams or 25 grams of carbohydrates and then be consistent with that. And then over the course of the week to 2 weeks, you should see a drop in body weight. And so, yes, guys, day-to-day things are gonna change. Tomorrow I might wake up at 199.2. The next day I might wake up at 197.5. So it's best to look at the weekly average. And you guys will see in my spreadsheet that I do have the weekly averages just to see what I'm doing weekly, because the day-to-day things are always changing. And again, guys, being consistent and being patient is very, very important when it comes in terms of changing your body composition, whether gaining muscle or dropping body fat. So it's not a race, guys. As you guys saw in the beginning stages of my Back to Shredded series, I went pretty aggressive because I just wanted to get lean quick, but then I had to stop and take a break and be like, all right, this is not gonna be very sustainable. And as you guys saw, after the 2nd week of the Back to Shredded, I already had to take a diet break. So in the 3rd week, I took a full diet break, brought my calories up to maintenance, and then 4th week went back into the deficit, but at a much moderate pace. And I'm feeling pretty decent. I'm feeling good. My training is still going great. Sleep's still pretty good, and I really think it's due to just keeping my calories up, and as well having a refeed when needed. So there's no rush here, guys. If you guys are feeling weak, feeling fatigue, and I'm sure many of you guys haven't even done a refeed before. You guys are just grinding, trying to get lean, trying to diet, doing tons of cardio. Like, don't overdo it. You know what I mean? If you're overdoing it, you're just driving yourself to the ground, and your cortisol is probably super high. So have a refeed day. Take a day off of training, take 2 days off from training, and I guarantee you, the next couple days you're gonna feel so much better. Cortisol is gonna drop. You're probably gonna see a new low weigh-in on the scale. Your sleep could probably get better. You're gonna be looking forward to your workouts because you're not so mentally drained and just physically drained as well. So yeah, I hope all these tips have helped you guys, and for all you guys that have tuned in, I really appreciate it. And be on the lookout for the next Back to Shredded episode coming soon. So once again, thanks a lot, guys. Peace.